Hey there, my name is Mark Holmes from Millsboro, Delaware, and I'm going to be talking about the CBD transdermal square patches. Okay, so this is the first clinical grade CBD patch to the market. Okay, that's what they look like. They actually come on, each sheet has actually 6 to a sheet. You can see I've got one here, and there's some others missing. That's what it looks like on the back, okay? And this is what the box looks like. That's what the package looks like. Okay, so now I'm going to be talking about a few different things. One, I'm going to be talking about some actual testimonies, some results that real people actually got. So we've got a lot of results coming through. I'm going to be talking about some clinical studies. And I'm going to be talking about some of the ingredients. So I'm going to be going through quite a bit of information. So I'm going to try to condense everything the best I can, but there's a lot of information. So let's go ahead and get right into it. This is the first clinical grade CBD patch. We call it the square on the market. Okay, these are 24-hour. Okay, as you can see right there, 24 hours each. Square, when you affix it, it's 24 hours. You take it off and you put another one on. How you use it is very simple. You just peel it off, stick it on any area of your body. What they suggest is you adhere it to any place where you have thin skin. It could be on the wrist, the bottom of the wrist, here, inside of the arm. I like to wear it on my neck, the back of the neck, lower back, upper back, inside of the thigh, ankle, could be anywhere. Okay, so what we recommend really is to experiment with it. Sometimes people need 2. You can wear up to 5. Okay, I haven't heard of anybody using 5, but I have heard of some people using 2. Okay, so results. People are getting amazing results across the board. The first time that I tried the CBD square was I was with my mother and my sister, and all 3 of us tried it at the same time, and all 3 of us felt the exact same feeling within 5 minutes. Just the overwhelming feeling of calmness just came over our bodies. The other thing is a lot of people notice within the first day, being that it's a 24-hour patch, you put it on for 24 hours. Also, another thing I want to add is you want to switch it up. So basically, try this area, the back of the neck. So don't put it in the same area constantly because your skin has to breathe. So, put it in this area. You don't want to keep one area of your skin covered up for weeks at a time, basically. So the other thing is sleep. Across the board, just about everybody's talking about the sleep, the great sleep that they're getting. The first time I tried it, I normally wake up once or twice throughout the night, just a really deep sleep. Now I just sleep throughout the night. You wake up and you feel refreshed, just a great feeling of wellness. The other thing that it does is it actually, something I was surprised with, but these actually give you energy. And that's because of some of the ingredients. This is not just CBD. There's actual added ingredients on top of the CBD also. So we'll go through that. But a lot of people are getting great results with pain. Myself, you can probably see here my wrist looks a little deformed. I don't deal with a lot of pain with my wrist, but I broke my arm last year, and occasionally it gets tight and a little bit of pain. When I do get that, I put it on my wrist, and the pain, it just disappears almost immediately. Also, with tightness, one of the great things, the greatest things about this is the amount of anti-inflammatory support. Amazing. And this is what I've learned through the clinical studies. My mother, with pain, one day she was dealing with some pretty intense pain in her back to the point where she was almost in tears. She has some major back issues. She's got acute scoliosis, and she deals with a lot of pain and inflammation. Within 5 to 10 minutes after she adhered the patch to her lower back, her pain was gone, which is great. I mean, anytime you can get results like that, especially with a family member, there's nothing like it. So just a lot of results that people are getting across the board. People with that are dealing with anxiety issues, and we can't say that this treats, diagnoses, or cures anything, but it is helping a lot of people with a lot of different areas. This is all natural. It's clinical grade. I'm going to go through the ingredients, but let's take a listen to or read through some of the results. Now, excuse me, that some of these testimonies and results have been being shared on Facebook throughout our members. So I'm going to kind of read through these. I'm going to try to go as fast as I can, but this is actually a surgeon, okay? So we're catching a lot of attention, being the results that are coming through. We're catching a lot of results from people from the in the health industry, so health professionals, and a lot of chiropractors as well. This is a testimony from Dr. Brian John Lee. Long week in surgery this week and finished with 7 hours of cases today. This photo is in a mirror and shows an Amio CBD transdermal patch on my right. Yeah, epicondylis. I can't even read the words, but anyway, I apologize. Tennis elbow, not from tennis, but from surgery, and an old hockey injury from grade 2 AC separation of the left shoulder that is greatly exacerbated by using the lighted mammary retractor, ruminating as pain in my left shoulder. Okay, and I apologize. These are words from a surgeon. So today I used 2 patches over these areas and breezed through the day, finishing an hour and a half early with excellent results for all. I am a believer. No oily taste of CBD oil under my tongue like I had before. Dr. Josh Plant, Dr. Scott Johnson, thank you for bringing scientifically validated products to us. Okay, so great results coming through from professionals. Okay, now I'm going to read this one on the left here. I'm so glad the square has relieved my friend Bob of his pain. Bob and Jan, okay, they're friends. Then these are all people that we all know within our member group. Bob went in for a spinal nerve cauterization this morning, hoping for long-term relief from severe back pain. The best hope is for relief that may last up to 2 years. However, the doc said that Bob will definitely experience pain over the next several days as the nerve deadens. Bob mentioned that he had been using CBD transdermal squares for pain relief over the past few days, asking if he could continue. The doc said absolutely use them. On the way home, the numbing wore off and his pain was up to 6 to 7. He put 2 squares on. His pain level went to 0 within an hour. Okay, so I mean, it's really great to see all these results coming through like this. I'm going to move my video here. Hopefully it won't block. But, oops. Okay, now, here's another one. I need a $250,000 spinal fusion And this is what doctors were suggesting for me, and I did not do this. I'm glad I didn't. Too crushed lumbar, spinal stenosis, and cervical vertebrae covered in bone spurs. I cannot take opiates. I'd rather die. LOL. I'm the same way. They make me so sick, even with nausea meds. Okay, so I have been enduring this pain for almost 2 years with nothing. I've been enduring this pain for almost 2 years with nothing for pain. I also could barely turn my head. Within 15 minutes after applying Square, every place in my entire body where I had pain before, I felt a warm, tingling sensation that spread throughout from my head to toe. The pain was non-existent within 40 minutes. I had full range of motion in my neck as well, in my motion in my neck as well. Next morning, I was able to get out of bed with no assistance and walk immediately. I can relate, and I think what she's referring to is that calmness that comes over the body. Okay, so now here's another one here. People are using these on children, and I think I'll have to check, but I think it's up to after any child over the age of, I think it's 5, is what I read. I'm not exactly sure, but people are using it with kids. And what this person did is they cut it in half, being that it is a child. Oops. Okay, so Maddox has always struggled with sleeping so much, so we've used melatonin for 2 years now. From the start of using the patch, he's been sleeping through the night. We've had a few nights in the beginning that he still woke up, but for the most part, I'm getting more sleep than I have in 4 years. So the parents are getting more sleep. So it affects everybody. Okay, now here's some more here. Okay, now this is just talking about they had just delivered. This testimony is from the wife of a gentleman with chronic severe back discomfort. He wasn't finding relief with the modern medicine and had just been to the hospital where they said they couldn't find anything. They reached out to me for help. I was able to supply them with 3 squares. This comment is from Tuesday evening, 2 squares in. So far, he says, good. He's gotten about 80% relief from them already. That's great to hear. 2 squares in 2 squares in and 80% relief. They will now be ordering 1 month supply. All orders must be in. Okay, so a lot of people ordering just because of the results that are coming through. Okay, can't thank you enough for this product for the recovering opioid addict in my life. This is everything. He's been in outpatient treatment at a methadone clinic since 2012, and they have no desire to help him get off of it. He's been tapering his dose on his own, and the resulting full body aching, sickness, and anxiety are nearly unbearable until now. An hour after the first patch went on, there was only a little discomfort in his feet and hands, neck, back, arms, and legs good. The anxiety that comes at night didn't come. He slept comfortably all night And today was a good day. I really can't thank you enough. So that's really what matters. I mean, that's really what counts, having a product that actually delivers real results to people. Okay, so I'm going to go through some of the technical information and talk about the clinical studies here. Okay, so I'm going to be reading through this, so I apologize if I'm not looking at the camera. Okay, so now this is actual clinical studies. This isn't information that I pulled off the internet. CBD oil. Okay, now let's talk about different delivery systems. CBD oil drops that are put on the tongue. Also, I'm going to talk about the delivery system of actual IVing into a vein, which I think not too many people do. And I'm going to be talking about the transdermal, so the patch. Okay, now IVing. What they noticed IVing is, of course, once you put an IV into your vein, it's going directly into the blood. So obviously, you're going to get the most amount of CBD into your system through that through IVing. So what they noticed with the clinical study was a huge spike, and then just as fast as the spike came, with that it came and then it went just as fast. So most of that CBD was in and out of the system pretty quick. Now the oils. I'm going to be talking about the oils. The drops that you put on your tongue, also the gummies. The thing is with the oils, a lot of people that were taking the oils, the oil drops, and this is actual CBD oil on the back of this, also CBD powder. But what people are doing now is they're actually switching over to the transdermal for the reasons I'm about to explain. The CBD oil, when ingested, so it goes through the digesting process, has to go through the liver, it's filtered out, and basically 93 to 94% of the CBD is filtered out of your system. It never makes it into your system. Only 6 to 7% gets into your system. Okay, so now after that, it takes a while to get into your system. What happens is there's something called half-life. So half-life is after 20 minutes or so, that 6% is now cut into half. Now it's 3%. 20 minutes later, it's cut in half again. It's down to 1.5%. So you get the idea. The other thing is a lot of people that were taking the CBD oil, a few things they did not like. One, on the clinical studies, I want to say before I forget, a lot of people are taking high dosages of the CBD oil, and I'm sure they're doing that because you have to take high dosages for a certain percentage of it to get into your system. The bad thing about that is consistent daily use with the CBD oil going through your liver is not good for your liver over long-term use. So the CBD oil actually, when it gets into your system, that's what counts. But the delivery process is key. Okay, so also people were forgetting to take their additional dosages throughout the day. So people, certain times in a day, they have to take the drops or the gummies. People were forgetting to do that. People didn't like the oily taste of the CBD oil. And there was a long list of other stuff why people didn't like it. But I'm not here to put other products down. I'm just talking about the clinical studies. Now with the transdermal patch, it's 24 hours. Okay, so 24-hour patch. You can see there. You put it on and then you forget it. It's a great thing. It's okay in showers. The thing is with this is what they noticed with the clinical study. This is what's most important. After 5 days with this, the levels of CBD were just as high as what they did with the IV into the vein, just as high as IVing after 6 hours with the IV. And this is after 5 days with the patch. So you get sustained amounts of CBD through your system transdermally through your largest organ, your skin, which goes directly into your blood supply. So it skips that whole digestion process. Now, this is clinical grade. Like I said, it's manufactured in Utah, Salt Lake City, Utah, in an FDA approved manufacturing plant. And I've seen it, and I was blown away. I couldn't, I mean, you wouldn't find the speck of dust in that plant. As a matter of fact, they wouldn't even let me in because I wasn't covered properly. But, and basically when you walk through, you can actually take a tour. It's really nice, but you can walk through and everything's glass, so you can actually see inside. Now, the CBD, what's in the CBD? So now there's two forms of CBD. The one form is the CBD powder, and that's what gives the fast results, basically. So the people that are feeling the calmness come over their body, the pain, and all that, that's from the CBD powder. The CBD oil that's on the back of the square, is what gives the sustainable CBD throughout the system. Okay, so there's a lot of other ingredients, but what this is, a lot of people, they talk about isolated CBD, and from what I've learned, that's not the way to go. They talk about isolated pure CBD. What you don't get with that is a maximum, it's called entourage effect, okay? And you can kind of look that up. For time's sake, I'm not going to go into a lot of that, but you get, also with that, you get CBC on the back of this with the ingredients, CBC, CBA, and there's a long list of other stuff with that. Also 26 curatins, white willow bark, cat's claw extract, CoQ10, black pepper extract, and the list goes on. So from those ingredients, what I talked about, it's like an added bonus with the CBD. Okay, so what I learned with that is actually you actually get energy from this too, which I also noticed. So it's 24-hour square. It's basically an enhanced CBD. Okay, it's basically like pure CBD on steroids, I guess. Best way I can explain it. Sustained delivery over 24 hours, fast delivery, easy on the liver. And on top of that, people are actually using our clinical grade essential oils, the best clinical grade CBD oils on the market. They've been tested and everything. What a lot of people are doing is they're using the CBD and they're putting it actually in the center here for added benefits along with that. So, and I think I covered the THC. If I didn't, it's a good question. Federal law has to be less than 0.3% THC. So basically, this is non-psychoactive. This is basically CBD without the high. So we fall well below that limit of the 0.3%. So it's basically almost non-existent in this. Okay, so now I think that's about it. Any questions that you have, get back to the person that shared this video with you. You can actually go to the website, which whoever shared this video with you will share with you, and you can actually see all the different size packages. There's different amounts of CBD that you can get. So if you know of anyone that's interested in the business, huge upside income attached to this. Right now, Forbes is predicting this to go to $22 billion in the next 3 years. Right now, it's at $500 million right now. So I hope this, I've given enough information here. What I would suggest is try it. Definitely worth the time. I would try it for at least 30 days. Some people are using 2 of the patches. Okay, so if you have some pretty serious stuff going on, I would try 2. Okay, and use different areas. Switch it up, put it in different areas. And share your results. That's what's really helping a lot of people right now. Some people that are seeing a post on Facebook, social media, is something that they can relate to. Okay, it's helping a lot of people. So share your results on Facebook. Somebody else might see that post and might be able to benefit from it. As far as I'm concerned, the more people that are off meds and doing things more naturally like this, the better. So anyway, hope this has helped you. Make it a good one.